Good morning folks and welcome. Right, today on the bench, this is just a bit of fun. Just a bit of a fun mess about this sort of project, if you want to call it that. I've got this halogen heater. I've got two of them off a friend of mine. Now this one, it rotates but it doesn't light up. If you tilt it, it stops like it should, but it doesn't light up. So we know the power switch works, we know the turn switch works, and they don't do nothing. So without further ado, let's get it torn down and see what we can do with it. See if we can get it to work, or not get it to work. I'm not married either way. As I say, it was given, so let's have a bit of fun. Now, I've changed the camera angle because I think that might be the best course of action. I think the camera angle, so what we'll do, if we don't repair this, I'm not sure what screws have to come out and what don't, so we'll start off by just, they're really cheaply made, these heaters. They're actually halogen. I don't know whether there's a separate fuse or whether there's... Right, I'll tell you what, let me get the screws out. Right, I think I've got enough screws out that I need to get out. I only want to get to the switches at the top. Right, basically there's not a lot to these. There we go. That's the back removed. Right, what you have here, you have a gear reduction motor. Let's put my glasses on. You have a gear reduction motor here, permanent magnet, claw pole type, synchronous motor. So I wonder if that might have the same gearing as my chip fryer. So it might be worth looking into that. But the issue with this is that it doesn't work. So, given that the power switch works, it's got to be the turn switch works. So it's got to be one of these two switches here, or one of the elements has blown and they're actually in series. But we'll go for the easiest option first, which is check the switches. So I'll turn this round. We know the power switch works, that's the turn switch. Right, that's the other switch next to it. These are all, so let's put that on continuity. Let's just sit the sheet over there a bit. Press that in so it's actually on. Yeah, that one's okay. Yeah. Let's test the next one. Yeah, the switches are okay. So if anything, I've got 4 good switches there to save. Right, so the switches are all okay. I'll double check this one here, because that horrible noise you can hear in the background is my daughter. She's dying. Yeah. Oh, she's coughing her guts up. I don't want to pass that back on to me, I've just got rid of it. Yep. We're okay on the switch. So, given that we're okay on the switches, I would have to say that where I don't even know how these come out, or even if they're designed to be repaired. It doesn't matter if it's not, because you lift them up. Basically, you lift these tabs up here, and it lets you get this honeycomb out. Right. Just use something to hook. There we go. There we go. There's your honeycomb centre. Now let's put that up there. Now, these are the halogen tubes. Now, I'm wondering if you can lift these out, which you can, and can you test them with a test meter? I would imagine you can. Well, I don't think there's too many surprises for getting for what's failed there. That other end just pulled straight out. Well, the light itself, the tube itself works. Just that the knob has been pulled out, and that's probably what's wrong with that. It's probably what's wrong with that. It's probably. Whoops. Yeah, that one's come out as well. Yeah, I bet that's what's wrong with them, because they're not supposed to fall to bits. Yeah, they're not supposed to fall to bits, and that is supposed to be fitted in there, as you can see. I'll give you a close-up view in a minute. I mean, that's probably what's wrong with that. If we test this one, I'm not going to attempt to repair it because the elements are broken, but yeah, that one's not working at all. Shoot it in the hole. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Yeah, that's what the problem is. The problem is, I know that's there's a coil of wire, I'm not even going to go into trouble breaking them open. And that's what the problem is with them, because, and this one's probably the same. This is probably the only one actually, it's maybe in one piece. But there we go. No, that one's gone and all. Just fall apart when you pull them out. That one's good and soldered in, fitted in. Which is a shame really. But that's what your problem is. Now if I put that in there and then test that, I don't expect to get a reading. No. Well, that's what the problem is, folks, with that. They actually go, the ends actually break on them. And it's not because I've pulled them out, I took them out gently, as you've seen. So basically, it's probably been dropped or banged or something. But that's your problem. And you can't get in there to repair that. You can't get in there to repair that. So basically, they're knackered. So we'll get them ready to go in the bin and put my knife now out of the way. Now, but on the bright side of that, we've also got the switches, and given that I won't be using the wire, I can just cut the switch. You can just cut the wires to the switches, and there's a metal plate in there as well. That metal plate there, that'll serve some use. I'll find a use for that. And given he gave me one of these heaters that does actually work, I believe they came from my friend Mike Walworth. He dropped them off today because I've been out all day. But I believe he dropped them off because he dropped them off with me next door with my neighbour above. Can you give these to Andy? Apparently. So that can be thrown. All that lot can. I mean, but the switches, they're not bad. That metal plate, I'm sure I'll find a use for that. So that can go in the salvage. Now what I want to look at now, folks, I want to look under here, because there's a power cord here which I want, and I also want to look at that reduction motor to see. Well, that's good of them, isn't it? They've put them dodgy screws in. They put the security screws in, expecting to keep people out, but let me just zoom in a minute, folks. That is their idea. Now you just see how easy I took that out. Let me just zoom in. Can't zoom in on it there. Oh, I can there. There we go. That's their idea of a security screw. Can I zoom in any further? That's all the way in. That's their idea of a security screw, which I had no problem getting out, as you can see. I'm glad I washed my fingernails. There we go. Let's get the other one. See if they've made an half decent attempt for me to stop me getting the other one. I mean, the cover ain't even fitted on here properly. So, I mean, the build quality of these things is just terribly bad anyway. Something just fell out of there. But, you know, you've got this little plunger here. And that pushes that switch, which is there, to turn that on and off. That micro switch. But I'll tell you what, folks, people who made this love their chock blocks. I mean, I'll take all the screws out of it, and all the plastic will go in my waste bin, in my recycle bin or whatever, and the metal will all go on my mix scrap truck. You know, so nothing will really get wasted. Can I undo this chock block with this screwdriver? Because I can't know. It's too big, and I can't find my other screwdriver. So, and that's for the earth. That chock block. Cut that off. I'll save the chock block as well. Although at least I've got no trouble putting an earth on. But look at that. I don't know. Ask yourself, why even bother? There we go. A nice piece of 3-core lead. Put that at the back of the bench for now. The other side of the bench. We've got to tidy all that up tomorrow anyway. Now the switch. This should just pull out. They usually do. There we are. Look at that. Pardon me, I had a bit of an itchy nose there, folks, and you know me, there's no airs and graces. You know, and that micro switch, and that'll go into the recycle pile for me. Now, yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, wouldn't this be good if it had the motor, if it had the little gear in it for my chip pan? I've got one of them T-foul chip pan things, one of them active fires, and there's a little blue gear in them and it breaks. And there's your induction motor. And look what they've done here. All they've done here, look folks, all they've done here, they've carved this out here, and they've got like a nub in there, and but this is a 240 volt motor, so I'm hoping that you'll be able to use it. There we go. And it looks like the same sort of shaft that's on my chip fryer motor. And so if it is, I might be able to just use the motor straight away without having to. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to cut the wires as long as I can for the motor, which go to here, because need that much for me chip fryer. There we go, that's as long as I can get them anyway. Now, I think the motor in this is bigger than what's in my fryer, looking at it, but it's a 240 volt motor, so I might be able to do something. I'm not going to condemn it just yet, might be able to do something, but we'll see. But I've been after a gear reduction motor for a bit to just get that gear. And just checking we're still recording. Yes, we are. I've actually got the camera on the big screen. We got to look at that on the big screen. Now, let's have a look inside you. These do come apart. I've actually had one of these apart, and they're pretty straightforward to get apart. I mean, you just widen them here. And they should just pull apart. And you've got gears here, look, you see where the shafts are. But what I'm going to do, I don't know. And what I'm going to do for, actually I'm not going to take that apart yet, and I'll tell you why. Because that might fit my, because I know this works. Because I know this works, it might just fit my Tefal ActiFry as it is. So that might be a direct replacement. So I'm not going to try and get that apart until I find out. So you'll have to wait for that one, folks, I'm afraid. But that's the 220, 240 volt, 3 arm in, 3 revs per minute. Claw pole type permanent magnet synchronous motor. So there's no carbon brushes in it, which is good. So I'll put that on the top of the soldering iron station, and I can finish well, there's a valve I need to make sure I don't get broke. Put that there. And need to get the rest of the screws out of here. You don't need to see me do this. I mean, I'm taking 6 screws out. You don't need to see me do that. But what I'll do for now, I'll put this down there, because I'm going to get some supper in a minute, folks, because my stomach thinks my throat's been cut. I'm absolutely Hank Marvin. I am absolutely starving. Well, it passed the quality control test. Fucked if I know how, but it did. I'm not sure whether I'll save that, because I might have a use for it, but you don't know. I'll save that. Nice little box. There's no point in saving the honeycomb. It's all fucking battered anyway. No point in saving that. However, the framing that's round it, I will save that for now. Okay, I'll put that down there for now, because I will keep hold of that for now. This metal mesh, I'm not going to keep hold of that. Can't think what I want to use that for. And that bit there, I'll put that down there for now, because I've got to get all the scrap together for my friend Mick. He won't take the plastic, because it's made out of plastic, obviously. Right, and I've just got to get a couple of screws out of that one. I've got some old garage decks down there, which have been reduced to parts. Or at least should I rephrase that and say, I've had the parts off that I want. Don't leave glasses off. Only need them for working up close. Put this stuff on this chair for now. That there. And that, folks, and that is the inside And that, as you've seen, is the inside of one of them little halogen heaters. What I might do when I do the chip fryer, I might do that and let you see how that's done. That's I'm pretty sure that's a direct replacement motor. It looks the same size. It looks different in the thing, but now I've got it out and looked at it, it does look similar. But we'll see. We'll see if it fits, and if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I'll make it, or I'll get it open and get the gears out. Because I know my original motor in my chip fryer. It's got a shared gear in it because the motor I did actually get the motor apart. I've just knocked a screw on the floor or something. Yeah, well, the Jag will find that. Anyway, folks, as usual, thank you very much for watching, and more to come later.